So welcome to Let's Be Frank. Today we've got Hein. He is one of our interns.
Until next month.
Until next month.
Might throw a party or something.
And so we invited him to chat to us a little bit, just to have a new face and to talk about something a bit different.
Okay, so thanks for having me. It's awesome being here. I love the audience. But yeah, no. What I wanted to talk about basically is like my training resume, right? It's something that I've actually been asked about quite a lot. Specifically, why you started, what keeps you going, stuff like that. It's a lot of determination, mostly. But I mean, people don't always realize like the whole process of it. I mean, it's easy to tell somebody, no, keep training, keep pushing, keep doing what you do, keep eating healthy or whatever. But I mean, everybody in the office knows I don't eat healthy. So
Heine's got the biggest sweet tooth in the office. Yeah. Stash of chocolates under his.
Can we take a step back and go start with what's the goal? What's the goal? Because that's where it all starts.
Yeah.
It starts with a goal. It starts with something that you want to achieve. And then we'll get into the
how you do it and
the motivation, what keeps you going, etc. So what's the goal?
So I did jump the gun there a bit. A lot of people have different goals when it comes to this. Some people may want to lose weight. Some people may just want to look better.
I'm more interested in what's your goal.
What's your goal?
Well,
I have a theory, so I want to check if my theory is...
Okay, my goal personally was to lose weight because I was I wouldn't say I was overweight, people will swear at me for that, but I didn't look as well as I wanted to because I have a big sweet tooth, because I eat a lot of sweets, because pies, because KFC, because chicken licken. Yeah.
Friday.
So, of course. So yeah, I felt like it was getting out of hand. I felt like I was getting fat. I didn't like walking to my car being out of breath. I didn't like running on the beach playing volleyball and, you couldn't keep up with the people because you get tired. It becomes a massive hit to your self-confidence. It becomes like you become sad about it all the time. You become, I wouldn't say depressed because that's a very strong word, but it's something that really hits you very hard. And it bothers you. And when people start commenting on it, it influences you a lot. So that's why I started, personally. Now, it wasn't the first time, because, I have been fat. And then I'm using fat as a generic term now, because I wasn't actually very big. But I have been there and then exercised and then stopped exercising again and relapsed a bit, I would say, and then exercised again multiple times. Yeah. So right now I'm on the part again where I'm kind of trying to get back into shape, and I'm trying to keep it there. And
so you talk about the physical elements, the being out of breath when you walk to your car and not being able to participate in certain activities without feeling shit. Did you also experience that it influenced you mentally? In other words, did it impact on your work? Did it impact on your studies? Did it impact on your ability to focus and concentrate and perform at your best?
Yes, actually. Yes, it did. The thing is, though, you don't notice that because when you fall out of shape, it's such a slow process. You don't really notice how it's influencing your cognitive abilities. But when you do recuperate, when you start losing the weight now, the difference you notice is phenomenal. So it did influence your abilities. That was not a goal to me, though, or a factor that influenced my choice to be better. So I can't sit here and say that was one of the reasons, but it is definitely a reason for any of the
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
looking for a word that I can't think
Well, I'm
of.
sure just as a side effect, the self-confidence of looking better when you look at yourself in the mirror and feeling better, your self-confidence improves, and then everything else that you do is easier because you feel like you're capable and you're good. And
Yeah,
I mean, personally, I feel that.
and also the
Yeah.
fact that you've accomplished something, or that you established a discipline. I mean, those are such important things.
Yeah. That
Those
you
things
can
will-
achieve
yes,
something.
and those
yeah.
things will make you make you feel better about yourself anyway.
Yeah.
So it is building on that
Yeah.
confidence
Yeah.
thing. I'm really disappointed that you didn't start out there and said that you wanted to perform better mentally.
Because of your awesome job at FiveFriday.
But don't worry, I've made a mental note of that. We'll
When is his
revisit
review
that.
for becoming permanent?
But yeah, so talk to us a little bit. Look, there's a couple of things I want to call bullshit on. Okay, so number one, the fact that you think that it's actually the training that's making all of the difference. Training makes a difference, yes, for sure. But we haven't touched about the eating habits yet. And some of the things that you experience there. But that's probably a discussion for another time.
Yeah. So how do you find the motivation? I mean, when do you go to gym?
Well, I go every day, and right now it's kind of more a habit that keeps me going. So I did actually have a similar conversation with Herman earlier in the year, and I told him that for me, the easiest way to get rid of another habit is to build a new habit, and he called bullshit on that. He told me that he didn't believe in that at all, but I'm
not sure that I disagree with that.
You don't unlearn habits.
Yeah.
You build
But
new
it's
habits.
one of the, who is it? I want to say Tim Ferriss, but I might be wrong. But one of them actually talks about the best way of
James Clear.
Is it James
James
Clear? Oh,
Clear
yes,
is
it
the
is
habit
James
man.
Clear. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is James Clear.
He's got a new book out.
But I've only watched a short video where he speaks about this, but he says that you can build a habit, with your routine. He said, write down the things you do every day and then do something else with those things that get done every day in order to build. So you can build on top of other habits. Maybe it doesn't help you get rid of the one before.
And I think that's what I referred to in the conversation with Hein. It's not about replacing one habit.
one, yeah.
You build new habits.
Yeah. Okay.
But also, when you stop doing something, that's also a habit that you form.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, using that as an example, it's a habit for me now, but to actually have built that habit, that was the hard part. I mean, going to gym now is easy. I go every day because I'm used to it. It's part of my daily routine.
Yeah.
But a lot of people give up very early because it's not a habit, because they get tired, because
Still feels uncomfortable.
they feel uncomfortable. They don't want to. They hurt. It happens.
Yeah.
But it's as I kind of jumped the gun in the beginning and started off. It's more a determination thing. You have to decide how much you want it. You have to decide, is this thing important to you? Look at yourself. Think to yourself, what would I look like with abs? What would I look like with biceps?
Yeah.
It's all about how much you want it. It's got nothing to do with how much time you have. It's got nothing to do with how much energy you have, how much money you have. It's how much you want it. If you want it really badly, then no amount of time is going to stop you from getting it. No amount of how tired you are is going to stop you from achieving it. So,
yeah, I mean the very famous example of exactly that is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
If you read or watch some of the videos that are out there, it's exactly what Hein said now. It's about kind of creating that very clear objective for yourself, and then it's not about the usual bullshit about I don't have money, I don't have time, I don't have energy, etc. How long did it take you to build that habit from going from 0 to every day?
there's a general belief that it takes 21 days.
I'm asking, how long did it take you?
Well, for me, what I was trying to get to is it was way quicker for me. It took me maybe like 2 weeks, but I don't want to use myself as an example to anybody that might want to actually build a habit, because I tend to.
We're chatting about you and your story. We don't want
You don't have to be a motivational speaker.
Okay, fair
Just
enough.
talk about yourself.
Well, a goal for myself personally, it took only about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks. But
Going every day and
Yes.
forcing yourself to go. No?
yes, but I am a person that like picks stuff up quick. I am a person that I wouldn't say I get influenced by stuff easily, but I do. If I like something, if I agree with something, if I enjoy something, it is something that I make part of like what I do very quickly. It's not something that takes me long to pick up or that takes me long to learn. So for me myself, it took 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
So we had a goal. You checked your reality. You referred to some of your reality.
Yeah.
Being unfit, being tired, being
Yeah.
overweight.
All of those things and so on. And then from there, you kind of interrogated what your opportunities are.
Yeah.
I can go to gym every day, etc., etc., and you picked a way forward.
Yeah.
And that way forward is so important in terms of all of those opportunities that you can list. These are the 3 or 5 things that I can start doing today that
Yeah.
will move me towards that goal.
Yeah.
How long have you been keeping up with this discipline now?
So, previously, as I said, I've been like on off, kind of like relapsing back into being unhealthy again, being lazy. But now, recently, since about May this year, so
Okay. So that's a good 5 months.
Yeah.
so that's easy to keep up with.
So Hein, you mentioned that you kind of pick up these habits pretty quickly. Have you given any thought to how are you going to?
I see where this is going.
So
How are you going to make sure that some other nasty habit doesn't come and take over from this habit? Because I think that's something that we all have to guard against in some way.
Yeah.
You establish a routine, and I think for a lot of people with something like exercise, an event occurs, you go on holiday.
Drink too much on a
You
Friday
drink,
night.
yeah, drink too much on a Friday night. But typically when you kind of go out of your normal routine, so I find I travel, I go to Cape Town for a week. You're taken out of your normal routine.
Yeah.
So eating healthy is, you have these excuses about, well, you know what, the burger and chips is just the easier option. I don't have access to a gym. And within a week or within 2 weeks, you kind of, it's easy to relapse. But then in terms of what I said earlier, it's kind of picking up a new habit to replace that habit.
Yeah.
So how have you thought about that? How are you going to guard against what's potentially the next thing or the next habit that can derail you?
I actually have picked up a bad habit or two. Again, I speak about the unhealthy eating. This comes mainly from, now, as you said, you go somewhere and, have a burger because it's easier, or, today I'm in the mood for something sweet, so 1 chocolate won't hurt, becomes 2 chocolates next week.
Because you think you can train it off this afternoon.
Yes.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah. So
I also think like that too. I feel like I earn my unhealtty food.
walk to the fridge, took you a whole 5 seconds, now I get a donut.
Think of all those calories I burned in that walk.
But back to guarding against them, I actually don't have a proper answer for you, to be honest. I try to be mindful of most negative habits, and I am aware of most of them that I come into contact with, and I still make the mistake of falling into it. So to me, I think it's mostly a thing of actually just being conscious of it, because if you know about it, then you can do something about it. But
Well, it's back to the do you want it
Yeah.
enough? The same as
Again,
the training.
yeah.
Is how badly do you want that thing, or how badly do you want to be healthy, or how? I mean, if you really want to make that change in your life, you'll do whatever it takes to make
And
that
for how
change.
long? For how long that would be valid for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we change as human beings.
Yeah.
You know, our situations change. So I don't necessarily think it's something that we should see as a negative thing. I mean, if you completely fall off the wagon
Yeah.
and you gain 40 kgs, you know, that would be a terrible thing.
Yeah.
But in general, saying, for example, that I don't know, somebody introduces you to cycling and you figure out that you've got a new goal. You want to go cycle the 94.7 or something really stupid like that. And that would kind of take you away from your current.
Well, I'm trying to get Hein to join the park run.
Well, I have joined. I just need to actually join them.
Yeah.
I signed up, but I've never been.
Yeah.
So, another question I have is, so you obviously had the goal, and you decided, well, I'm going to go to gym. I'm going to go to gym every single day
Yeah.
because the habit, and you're starting to see the results, which is great, and that motivates you. Have you done anything since you started to educate yourself a little bit more about, you know, either the training program that you follow, the nutrition, the supplements, etc., etc. Have you done anything around that, or are you just, hey, that where I started, I feel that works for me, so I'm not going to bother with.
It's a better combination of both, actually. When I first started, it's kind of let's go with the flow, see what happens. If I see results and I start liking it, maybe I'll carry on doing it. But as you get into it more, as you start enjoying it more, as with anything, you decide, listen, maybe I want to do more than just what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So inevitably you start looking at what do the professional bodybuilders do? What do the professional sports athletes do, or something like that? And then you start seeing what are their training regimes. You start seeing what do they use. You start hearing about things that are legal, things that are unlegal, things that are illegal.
Yeah.
I'm losing my grammar now. And as you go along, you do pick up a few things, because I mean the internet is a big place. So then as I started going along, I saw what different exercises worked. I saw what different patterns and routines work, how changing it up worked. I saw what you had to do to be big, what you had to do to just be fit. And then again, you have to decide what you want. Because if you want to be Ronnie Coleman, it's a very big bodybuilder. If you want to be a Ronnie Coleman, you're not going to go to the gym and do cardio for 2 hours every day. Whereas if you want to go run the Comrades, you're not going to go lift 400 kilograms every day of your life. So then when you know what you want, then you can kind of more as well go into doing more research in that specific kind of, I wouldn't say field, but specific set. And then, so yes, back to the question, I did get into research, and then I decided my goal was I didn't necessarily want to lose weight anymore, because I feel like I'm at a good weight. I just want to look better. So then I started looking at the different kind of supplements you can buy, because I eat unhealthy and I like shortcuts. So the different kinds of supplements you can buy to help you burn fat faster. So then I started looking at those different things. So yes, I did. It depends on what you want to do, though.
Yeah, so you sort of answered my next question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, because I don't think you realize you answered it, and I'll tell you what I heard you answer. The next question is, how much are you willing to just try and take the shortcuts and kind of walk that line between what you termed legal and illegal. In other words, are you just focused on building the muscle and not really giving a shit about what it does to your body or potentially to the stuff that you cannot see from the outside, like your liver and your kidneys and that sort of thing? Because the two distinct, I think, areas of research that you can. The one is what is the best and what is the most healthy way for the rest of your life, and what is the shortcut way.
I was going to say that other one often takes a lot longer.
Yeah, well, maybe it doesn't.
More effort, yeah.
But if your goal was, hey, I want to look good on the beach this December, as opposed to, you know what, this is a lifelong thing that I want to do. I think the research and where your focus will be in what you are willing to take chances on will be influenced.
Yeah.
Well, you do make a
careful though. Like I said, you answered the question.
Answered.
This is on camera. Yeah, don't contradict yourself.
I'll try not. No, but you do make a good point, and I have thought about like what I use, what it does to my body. I personally would never use something that's illegal. I wouldn't. I know about them. I avoid them. Some of them actually are cheaper than the legal alternatives, and I still wouldn't use them just simply because.
So I'm definitely not saying that. I think that you would go that route. Yeah. I'm saying, you know, what's legal and what's good for you. There's a huge difference.
No, it's a very, how can I say? It's a very controversial topic in some circles because a lot.
I'm not again. You know, I want to bring you back to. I'm not talking about the
you.
bodybuilding fraternity. I'm talking about mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was your goal? I'm going to use whatever supplements if I see X, Y, and Z, and these are say this is a shortcut, and my goal is December, beach, chicks. As opposed to, you know what, this is a lifelong thing for me.
Yeah.
What is your thinking process there?
Okay, so I understand the question a bit better now. So my thought about it is I do eat unhealthy. I know that. I know I do. So reaching the point I want to reach takes longer, a lot longer. So as I did say to you, I do take shortcuts, meaning I use a supplement to help with fat loss that raises your body temperature a bit. So now, I know that is necessarily not the best lifelong way commitment thing to use it, but I do because of the simple fact that I still enjoy takeaways and I still enjoy eating unhealthy, and I'm not going to like deny that to anything. I mean, that is just who I am. So what I do though is I make sure that supplement that I do use, I make sure that has no negative effects that I know of, and there might be some things that I don't know of. But if I notice anything, as soon as I notice it, I'll immediately like stop it. Like I have changed supplements before because one of them started making you feel a bit dizzy or something, and I mean people would still carry on using it because they see amazing results. But no, at some point you have to draw the line. At some point you have to know, listen, I can't carry on with this. Even though I like shortcuts, I'm not going to deny that.
I feel like we're going into another conversation.
We are going into another conversation. Yeah. I definitely want to have that conversation with you and understand the thinking, because you know, some of the things that you mentioned there doesn't quite compute for me.
Yeah.
But
what I think it comes down to again is that a goal that you want? Is that something you want to change in your life? Do you want to actually be healthier in terms of what you put into your body? Is that something that you want to work on, or is it something that you're just saying, now that's just me and that's always going to be me and I'm never going to change? So I think it's definitely another discussion, and maybe we must have Hein as a guest in a few weeks' time and ask him if he still feels the same way about his eating habits.
After Herman
has converted him.
But yeah, just in terms of what we chatted about today, I mean, it's really great to see the fact that you had a goal, that it was a goal that you set for yourself, no external pressure, whatever, and just listening to how you went through that and thinking about that and establishing that discipline. Seeing the results and the fact that you're so committed to it.
Yeah.
Because I think that doesn't matter what goal you set for yourself. Once you get into those habits and those routines, we spoke about it earlier, you start feeling better about yourself and about your ability to do other things. And that's really great to see. And I hope that you continue to set goals and go through this process and keep building on that.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Hein.
Thank you, Hein.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll chat to you again in a few weeks' time, I think. Thank you.